with interesting countries, anything from much of the Middle East, Africa, Asia, and so on. But more recently, European countries and clients are coming to us for more protection in terms of the process for getting paid. And that's what we like doing, the process to get paid using either the banking process, banking payment methods, or others. And naturally, we like letters of credit because it's a technical area that we get heavily involved in, and we always make sure our clients get paid. But you don't do that to the US or to the UK or most of Europe, but Greece is coming into that category now, and some of our major clients are looking for letters of credit from Greece, particularly standbys, which guarantees payment and the process very successfully. But often there's intermediary companies that are shipping further afield, and letters of credit is the key area that might have a middleman in the middle of the Europe, like in Malta or wherever, and at the end of the day, goods are going to the Middle East or Africa. Irish companies are not going to succeed terribly well if they stay in their own little marketplace. Ireland is not doing as well as it should. They're looking at new markets, and it's a big challenge for companies to get out and look at new markets. But they should be doing that, and that's what we like to help companies do as well. So, export contracts, how do they differ internationally from UK and Ireland, you might say? Export documentation, paperwork is a major issue for most of the emerging countries that have money to spend and are great growth markets. And finally, prompt payment. It's no good waiting years, like in Greece, you're waiting many, many years if ever you're going to get paid these days, or many other countries where you're not going to be able to take a legal case. Quite simply, it's just not on. The problems are the concerns in Ireland, obviously the high costs, but more than that even has been finance and cash flow management, and that's been a real problem for Irish companies, and how they get around that is a difficult one. There's no easy solution, but it's number one criteria. That's why credit management is absolutely essential in any sort of growth prospects or plans. And what's available? Not a huge amount, obviously. We have seed capital schemes, AIB have one. There's also county enterprise boards that are very good, and Enterprise Ireland, and the high potential startups have been successful. So it's a case of proving yourself. Finally, government's allocated 450 million credit guarantee scheme. That sounds very good, and it sounds like this is what credit management needs. It needs a credit guarantee scheme. "50% of companies who get into letters of credit fail because they're not managing their documentation. On the first presentation, over 50% are discrepant. Guarantees lost, as Hugh says, not worth the paper it's written on, and that's where it is, effectively. The situation that's less utilised. It's utilised by many of the major companies, and that's a document collection. In simple terms, using the bank process to get your documents through the bank, using the buyer's bank as an agent on your behalf to get paid. And that's often called bills for collection or whatever. The simple process is you don't have to force a letter of credit from your customer who loses the facility in their bank. Their overdraft facility is cut by that letter of credit, but the reality is you secure control over the goods, that the documentation goes to your customer's bank, who then holds it until the customer either pays, that's against cash against documents, as you might know, payment against documents, or formally accepts this, usually bill of exchange, formally accepts the documentation covered plus a bill of exchange. Bill of exchange, one of the least used documents and one of the most powerful documents in international trade, because it's like you're issuing your check. This is even more formal. It takes away any issues on delivery, it takes away any issues on quality of goods. This is a payment contract, and a default under a bill of exchange often allows you to go immediately to court for claim for payment under default on a bill of exchange. Who is your agent? You're using the buyer's bank as the agent, who will actually be instructed to go to a notary public once the payment is not available to transfer on a particular day, and very tightly controlled under International Chamber of Commerce rules for collections, and very well established.